Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we are going to spend some time in the shade garden here at the forest pansy bed. We are going to be adding in just more colors, more textures, all the fun things to the shade garden that we love. We're going to be adding both perennials and annuals, and we're actually going to do a container that can do full sun, because this flower bed is a little bit of, she's a chameleon. She loves the full shade. She loves the full afternoon sun. She likes everything in between. Like, we literally have just about every kind of sun condition in this flower bed. So hopefully you're gonna get some ideas for maybe that tricky spot in your garden where you're like, well, I get morning sun, total afternoon shade. I get morning shade, complete hot afternoon sun. Sister and brother, I have got everything you need in this flower bed. So we are going to have a fun day today for sure. It's a nice cloudy day, so we are going to enjoy this time out in the garden. Just a quick little overview of this flower bed. Let me give you the big picture, because I think that always really does help when you can see the space as a whole. The space that we're going to be working on is going to be in that far back, underneath that beautiful forest pansy redbud, hence the name forest pansy bed. What we're going to be doing is filling in some holes, because I have been developing this flower bed ever since we planted this tree, which was 15 years ago. It is a labor of love, my friends, and it has constantly changed because the tree has grown. Clearly, the tree was not this big when we planted it 15 years ago, so it was a ton of sun. As it has grown and matured, we have gotten lots more shade. So the sun comes up directly behind me, so what you're seeing here in the foreground gets that morning sun, but the afternoon shade. And then vice versa, all the way in the background, that tends to be a little bit shadier in the morning, but gets really hot, intense afternoon sun. And then you guessed it, in the back, we get basically almost complete shade back there. So we're going to be filling in some gaps and some holes, because I don't want to see ground. I want to see gorgeous color and plants. So what we have, I've collected everything right here for us. We're going to hit the annuals first, because those are kind of the quick and easy ones. Always, every year, in my shade beds, I will forever do the Endless Illumination Broalia. This thing is just a wonderful plant. It's a beautiful, big star-shaped, whether you want to call it blue or whether you want to call it purple. I love it. It's mounded habit. It can do morning sun, definitely needs a break in the afternoon, continuous bloomer. It's not a messy plant. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Brings me that nice color pop to my shade garden. Love this plant. Then I always do a Rocapuco double impatient. So this year we went with rose. Now these have been in the production house for quite a while. They are desperate to get out of these containers. So are they premium plants right now? Probably not. That's all right. They're going to bounce back as soon as they get in the ground. But the Rocapucos are those nice double flowers on them. So many times people think that they are like miniature roses. They come in a rainbow of colors. This year I went with rose, which is really like a nice dark pink. I also grabbed some Diamond Frost Euphorbia. This is what I have left over from my stash. Even though the tag will say full sun to part sun, from experience, I know that Diamond Snow can do shadier conditions. So if I have somewhere in the back that needs a pop of white, I can stick those in there. So that's just where experience and being with these plants and kind of testing my limits on them has proven that the Diamond Snow, Diamond Frost, and Diamond Mountain can do those shadier conditions. Gives you that nice light, airy look with Diamond Frost. Love that. So I just grabbed some. I am not planning on probably using all of these, because I don't have that much space available. And if I can put a perennial in there, I'm going to do it. But I love these for my annual color, to give me continuous color throughout the growing season. So even if you have a shade garden, yes, you can have color. You can have flowers throughout the entire season. Then I have two more annuals over here. Again, no clue exactly where they're going to go. I have two of the Pegasus begonias. I love these plants, y'all. They're so underrated, but this is a great like Rex type begonia. Gorgeous foliage. It is going to be growing for the foliage. It does not really flower per se. It is that texture. Now they're going to get some height to them. They can get like 18 inches tall, and the spacing is like 18 inches wide. So think like a little tiny mini shrub. Right, beautiful. I have two. Either I'm going to plant two in there, or I'm going to find a spot. I'm going to plant the two together to give me like a big impact. So I have those. And then caladiums. I am a Southern girl, North Carolina, zone 8A, and I adore caladiums. This one I have never grown before specifically. This is definitely for the shade, and this is of course part of the Proven Winners. This is the Heart to Heart collection. This is Va Violet. It is a beautiful violet strap leaf caladium. It has such a fun color and texture to it, right? There's nice kind of those heart-shaped leaves to them, green on the edge, and it is purple. I don't know if the camera is showing more pink, but it is that nice violet color. This will get to be about 18 inches tall and about 10 inches wide. Caladiums do great with my heat and humidity, because while today is a lovely, really nice spring-like day, pretty soon it is going to be miserable out here. I'm just going to be honest. It is going to be thick and sticky and nasty. Caladiums, they thrive in those conditions. So like for the rest of this week, it's going to be kind of relatively cool. So they may not grow for, they may just kind of sit for a little bit. And that is fine, because if your temperatures dip below 50, they're not going to grow. They're just going to sit. When you get the heat goes up and the humidity goes up, they literally can grow before your very eyes. So loving that. Now, I have got 4 hostas here. I would say very different hostas from one another that I'm going to be filling in the gaps with. So we're going to start here on my left. This is a nice, bright chartreuse hosta. Look at that color. Nice big leaf to it. Curvy edges, has that really kind of those lines in it, has a nice texture to it. This is going to go in that more sunny area for the afternoon. This is the Shadowland Echo the Sun. It'll be 19 inches tall, and it will be, it says like 4 feet wide. Now, sometimes in the South, we have a hard time, like with my heat and humidity. Sometimes my hostas don't grow that big, but I'm putting Echo in the Sun because of her chartreuse color in that sunnier location, because she can handle that more sun conditions without burning, right? So I have to think about that in the South with my heat and the humidity. The brighter the leaf, the more sun it can take. As opposed to this beauty right here, which would be considered like a blue hosta. This needs to have more shade. It can do morning sun, but if I were to put this in like hot afternoon sun, it is going to burn. This is Gigantosaurus. And yes, my friends, Gigantosaurus is going to get gigantic. This, of course, is another Proven Winners. This is going to be 32 inches tall, and the spread on it says 78 inches. I can't imagine that happening here, but if it does, I'm all for it. We'll move other plants. So Gigantosaurus is going to go more in those shadier areas. And then somebody noticed this when we did a nursery tour the other day, and I showed my stash, and you were like, what is that massive hosta? Well, this is the Shadowland Empress Woo. Can you see how much taller she is than everybody else? This thing is ginormous. Look at those leaves. Big, huge leaves on this guy. Gorgeous, I guess I should say she. Empress Woo is going to be 3 to 4 feet tall, and the spread is about, says 6 feet, 5 feet to 6 feet. Again, if she gets that big, I will let her, and I will move other plants. But basically, I know where this one's going to go. At the base of the forest pansy tree, right behind it, I had the little deer, a statue. And so we're going to move the deer and put it there, because you'll see from the other side, I have a hole, and that'll give a nice height over there with the ferns. It'll all work in together. So that is where Empress Woo is going to go. And then I have one more beautiful texture color to this one. This one is, grabbing my tag, Voices in the Wind, a relatively new one, a shorter one at 17 inches tall. And then my spacing is going to be, let's see if I can see it. Nope, I can't see it because of the tag is gone. So it's going to be a smaller one, right? So obviously we want small in the front, tall in the back. So Voices in the Wind is going to go in as well. So, oh yes, and then the full sun container. I almost forgot, I just got so excited about the hostas. So when we walk around, also, can we just take a moment and appreciate the generous gardener? Isn't she gorgeous? She's actually on her downside. I don't know if you can see all of the petals that are on the ground. I started deadheading her yesterday. She smells divine. So there's 2 generous gardeners planted on one on each side, right? For a total of 2. She smells heavenly. Again, you can see the petals are falling. Just stunning, and has the most lovely, true rose fragrance, that old rose. It is just lovely. Okay, so as we go through, so I have the unique stone trough here. It was further back. Jackson just helped me move it up. So that is actually where Echo the Sun is going to go. See that nice little hole right here? So she's going to go there. Nice bright pop of green, that chartreuse, which will be really fun there. So in this trough, this is definitely, it's already in the sun, and it's, I don't know, 10:30. And so it will stay in the sun until the sun goes down. I do annuals in this one. So what we're going to do is we have some plants that we're testing out this year to see how we like them. We have a fun coleus. This is a petite coleus. This is the flamethrower series. This is adobo pink. So it says great, works great in the landscape and in pots, can do sun or shade. It'll be 12 to 18 inches tall. So I'm thinking those 3 will be more in the back. Then we have a new Kufia. Love this one, new to us. This is the Cubano Cristo. And Kufia, also known as like a firecracker plant, also known as bat face, because I tried to take a really up close picture. We'll see if we can put it on the screen. But when you look closely at the opening of the flower, it looks like a little bat face. These are known to be massive attractors for your hummingbirds, and especially in that really pretty kind of that reddish pink color. These will be fabulous. So those are going to go in front of the coleus. And then I got to have a little pop of white, something that's just going to be like a little bit of a trailer. This is the improved Whirlwind White Scavola from Proven Winners. So I've got 4. I don't think I'm going to put 4 in there. I just grabbed them. So nice little pop of white next to those colors. That will be in the front, and it will, so since I put it in the front right here, it'll kind of trail over, but it won't be a massive trail, so I can still see my container. So we're going to do that as well. So there is a lot of things on the docket to do, including I have this weird grass weed that's come up. I thought it was a weed, and all winter Mimi was like, oh no, let's leave it. I bet it's something good. It is not anything good, so it's got to come out. So I've got to dig it up and move it. And I have a balloon flower. I love balloon flowers. They're in here throughout the garden, but you can see that my jukebox here is very happy, which I love, but it is taking over and shadowing my balloon flowers. I've got one here and one here. So I think I'm going to dig both of those up and move them right here in this hole, because I have blue and white in here. Don't know which ones those are, but I have the tiny quick fire, and I want that to grow nice and pretty. So we're gonna do a little bit of moving. You know, that's the thing about gardening. We're always moving plants, people, right? So gardens are always changing. We're always changing. Conditions are always changing. So we're just gonna go for it. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do first. It's going to be one big surprise. We're just going to have fun together here in the garden, adding more color, more texture, more pops of fun in the garden. Stay tuned. We're going to figure out together how it's going to turn out, because I don't know. All right, my friends, so I am done for today. It was a great success. Got the plants in the ground. It filled in some holes. I didn't get to quite put the plants in that I thought I was going to. I'm going to explain why. So, of course, the annuals that I brought were shade-loving annuals. Can do some morning sun. Definitely cannot do hot afternoon sun. I was getting in there and to do the annuals, and I was like, I've got a lot of stuff on the shade side and I've got holes on the sun side. So I really didn't have very many places to put the annuals on the shade side. So I'm gonna have to kind of revamp. I'm gonna use those annuals in the driveway bed along the side of the house that does shade as well. I definitely have room in there, so I will put those in there on another day, and then I'm gonna have to go back shopping and find some more sun annuals to go on the other side. So that was a little bit of a little twist, shall we say, but I did find 3 spots for the Broalia. I wanted to have at least 3 of them in here. So there's 1, 2, and then the third one is behind the crusted surf fern right there. Those will fill in and kind of get that area nice and colorful. It'll be really pretty with that wiggles and squiggles hosta that's behind that Broalia right there. And then of course, nice little color combo with the hostas and everything, and the astilbe right there. So that's okay. It's a little, like I said, a little different than what I thought I was going to do. Let me tiptoe in here. And I will say it is a little bit more challenging to garden when there's plants everywhere, so you have to be very careful and tiptoe through here. The caladiums, so again, these are shade-loving caladiums, and so we kind of did like a little ribbon right through here, and then there's 2 behind me, so they'll really fill in. That's the fun thing though about this flower bed, is that you see it really from 270 degrees or more. So even though you say, well, you just put a caladium behind a pot, like you're never going to see it. Well, I'm not going to see it from this side, but when I'm over here looking in, you absolutely will see it. So there's all kind of little, surprises around every corner. So that was the deal with the caladiums. I was very proud of myself. I did not hit 1 electrical line or 1 irrigation line. So yay me. We got Voices in the Wind. She is back there. It looks like she's been there forever behind those 2 Sum and Substances. So she is there. Then we got the Empress Woo in here. Let me kind of tiptoe out of here so you can see it from a different perspective. That thing, y'all, was huge. It was in a 2-gallon pot. And if you're looking at Empress Woo right now, of course, that is the big one right here. You may say, well, Jenny, why in the world did you go kind of so far over there? Why didn't you go closer this way? Well, my friends, that's what you call planting under a tree. I was planning on planting it closer to the tree until I started drilling, and there was a major root right there. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that. So I went 6 inches over and I found a hole. So I was able to go through there and put Empress Woo right there. So then I had that bit of a hole kind of in that area right back here. So that's where I put Gigantosaurus. So Gigantosaurus will get nice and big as well. Again, when you're over here looking back, you will see it. So from a different perspectives, you're going to see different plants. That's what's so fun about this garden. Moved this sweet little resting fawn, gotten her nestled in right between the pulmonaria, the bleeding heart, the carex, and the hellebore. So it looks like he could easily just be snuggled up here and looks very realistic, all amongst the perennials in here. And then, of course, we got Echo of the Sun right here. Nice and bright chartreuse green. I would not be surprised whatsoever if she does wilt just a little bit. Just get a little bit of heat wilt, get some adjustments going. I did water it in. The ground was nice and wet, but because these hostas have been hanging out in the pines in like deep shade, and just that little bit of sun that she's already gotten, she's not limpy, but there's one limb, there's one little leaf that's a little, but it will be just fine, and they will perk back up again, filling in that area. Got the balloon flowers, got them moved. Really easy to do. Just got a nice big shovel full. Hopefully they won't know that they've been moved either. So got them placed right here. And then of course got the container planted. Nice and easy. This will fill in. The hummingbirds are going to find this really quickly and be very excited about this container. My scavola was a little long, so I might come in here and just kind of pinch it back a little bit. That way it stays nice and tight, and then we'll be really happy because you can see like this one over here. You need to go over there. There you go. So yeah, got my little shroomies moved because they were where one of the bromeliads ended up. So just pull them out of the ground, move them right there. They are so fun. That's what's so easy and great about those things. You can just kind of like pull them out of the ground and they come right up. So we did get a total of the 5 of the caladiums planted. Got one nestled up here right beside the generous gardener. So those are the other 2. So there's one here and then there's one right there. So everything's filling in. I will, on another day, find some summer sun-loving annuals to go on the other side. But yeah, that's a different day's project. Today's project is done. Yeah, so it's been a great day. It's always fun being in this garden. I love it. I love the diversity of it. I love how it's not matchy-matchy. We just try to do a lot of fun things. This is truly a bed of, oh gosh, that's really cool. Let me stick that in there, which I think is fun in that shade garden. For whatever reason, shade gardens kind of lend themselves to me a little bit more than that, than a sun garden, a really formal space. So I love that. Diamond Lake is like showing off. Clearly loves this spot. It's kind of taken over my Godzilla fern right there, and then I've got a Let's Dance Blue Jangles back there. So, oh my. And then there's another fern over here. So we may have to do some moving and grooving this fall because hostas don't get this big for me. So I'm not gonna move the hosta. I'll move the other things around a little bit and just move them a little bit and let Diamond Lake keep doing her thing for sure. So anyway, y'all, I hope you have some time to get out in your garden today, whether it is a shade garden or a sun garden or whatever kind of space that you can get out. If you have found this fun, informative, and inspirational, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to Gardening with Creekside. That way you don't miss those 5 videos that we do each and every week. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.